turn truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. I hate all this overthinking. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver, no more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar, bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one.
If you don't know how to make chords, this is it. Congratulations.
Only one. I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules. My life destroyed. A life destroyed. Until I woke awake, scream my mind, I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? Can I take? Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Fly away. It's the first time of today. Today. To dream, believe. You are the strength, you're all I need. Need. Oh, gonna give it a shot. Only one of me to shield you all from the enemy. You're a superhero. You're a superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Can I be your
Say you want stars out your window. No, you can't sleep. You pretend though you don't have to play the hero. 'Cause I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until our last breath, every heartbeat. You know I'll come running.
Sierra Wildlife.
When your nightmares turn to real life and the ground's filled up with landmines, we will face it standing side by side. You know I'll come running when you need. I'm coming. You know I'll come running. You go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarm and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, yeah, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be your army. If you go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarms and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat.
You're just like the bad girl, in me she's the best. Easy with the sad girl, she'll put you to the test. Now she's just a mad girl, laying on your chest. Let her go out with it, go up and down with it. You're just like the bad girl, in me she's the best. Easy with the sad girl, she'll put you to the test. Now she's just a mad girl, laying on your chest. Let her go out with it, go up and down with it. I get addicted to the wrong things. You come along searching for one thing. One needed you and then I'm out here feeling alive. I'm out here feeling alive. Just like the
Right now, man, active. Gone with the game like a bandit. We bring the flame like a matches. Yes, me know. Without the slackness, active style and pattern, that's how man there. Active. One live life massive. Talking up and off the brandish. Control down all the world hostage. When I start the bumper clad mash pit. When we step out, don't face get active. Active. Hey, catch a style now. Clocks on the teeth side. Bad bitch on each side. Big splits chillin' on the beach side. Run things where you feel like. Cake big, have a carve out the peace side. Freestyle now, millions for each line. Too cool, man, I need ice in my beverage. Test this bigger, please find the exit. Right now, man, active. Gone with the game like a bandit. We bring the flame like a mattress. Let's me know. Without the slackness, active style and pattern, that's how man there. Active. One live like massive. Talking with an happy brandish. Control down all the world hostage. When I start the bumper clad mash pit. When we step out, all place get active. Active.
connection is disconnecting from the source within. There were parts of my core, senseless and frozen. Wisdom hidden, locked up in my soul. Oh, now it's the time to realign, reconnecting my foundation, reunite. Oh, I'm digging, got my feet on solid ground. No more levitation. There was always a longing for more, a deeper connection. Was disconnected from the source within. There were parts of my core, senseless and frozen. Wisdom hidden, locked up in my soul.
Put it on the
What is up, fam? Back at it again with another live stream. How y'all doing? Doing well myself. I apologize for there not being a live for a really long time, just because, like I said, I was out of town. And on Thursdays, it's kind of hit or miss. So this next Thursday, I believe I have basketball games Thursday night. So I believe basketball games should be a little bit earlier, should be like 6:50. So I can probably do a later stream. So probably not 7:30 like I normally do, right? So it'd probably be like 9-ish or so by the time I get home, and the place I play at is like 30 minutes away. So take into account all that. Sorry, had to do that real quick. I'm getting kind of thirsty. But I was out of town, and then It ended up being a pretty fun trip. I mean, I guess I already talked about that, to be honest. I did a stream on Friday. Yeah. So I talked about that already. So disregard kind of, I forget that I did a stream on Friday. But good to be back. Just hit the gym a little bit ago. So my pump is definitely a little bit down. But yeah, starting to cut a little bit. I was on the bulk for better part of 3 to 4 months. I believe it was like August or I think beginning of September, end of August, beginning of September, that I started going on my bulk. I was around like 180, excuse me, 182, I think, somewhere around there, and bulked up to 210. So it's like literally gaining 30 pounds or so. And for some people that's not a lot, but for me, like that like 30 pounds is a lot of weight. So adding 30 pounds was a lot, and obviously bulking up to it. I did more of kind of like a cleaner bulk. I'll get to it when I talk about kind of like my recommendations and what I planned. But actually, my bulk before this one, so last bulk, I'll show some before and after pictures. But I bulked up to 200, but basically like a dirty bulk. So I'll go into my experiences with that. And this bulk was went a lot smoother for sure. But we're gonna go into the ins and outs of dirty bulking, what it is. Honestly, isn't worth it. So there's lots of different things you can see on YouTube, different people's experiences. I am not a pro bodybuilder, nor will I ever want to be one. I'm not a pro powerlifter or anything like that. So the reasoning behind why I bulked in the first place, or why I dirty bulked that first time around, was strictly just to gain weight. And I always heard about dirty bulks and bulking, and I've never really done it before. So tried it out. Honestly, went really well for me. Just bulking in general. I suggest everyone do some sort of bulk, not necessarily dirty bulking. I'll make a disclaimer about that. But let's go ahead and hop into, is dirty bulking worth it at the end of the day? So first of all, have to talk about what is dirty bulking. So dirty bulking, I talked about like how to bulk, and I mentioned it in that live stream. So hopefully you know what bulking is. Dirty bulking is essentially bulking, but you're doing it through kind of any means necessary type of strategy. So anything you see, you basically consume. So whether that be protein, carbs, fat, like high quality meats, chicken, turkey, beef, or like chocolate, Oreos, snack food, junk food, chips, Cheetos, Krispy Kreme donuts are my weakness. So Krispy Kreme donuts, like literally any and all the above, like in order to reach your caloric surplus that you're shooting for, and or like you might not even have a caloric surplus that you're shooting for as far as like calories in a day if you're doing a dirty bulk, because you're probably just consuming everything you see in front of you. That's essentially what dirty bulking is. And the goal for dirty bulking is to just really build up as much mass as you can. That way you can eventually chisel it down into muscle, and kind of just muscle. So as with everything bulk, like the more mass you put on, the more muscle you're going to build. So the more you consume, the more you're in a caloric surplus. Obviously there's limitations and caps to it, obviously. Just because you eat 5 times as much as you normally do doesn't mean you're going to necessarily gain 5 times as much muscle. But you're probably going to gain 5 times as much fat, or you're going to definitely gain a lot of fat. So there's kind of like a lot of diminishing returns when it comes to I consume more calories, I eat more than I did previously, versus how much muscle you can actually gain. Now, at first, if you've never bulked before, and you're like a pretty skinny guy like I used to be, I'll even show you. Let me show you kind of like what I looked like before. Let me see if I can find a picture. I'm gonna have to go to my phone for this one. But I was a skinny guy, and I guess before I bulked up, I talked about like how my fitness journey, so I'm not going to go into that. But it was before I bulked up, it was like kind of like COVID area before I ever kind of wanted to gain like a good amount of weight. I mean, actually, I take that back. It was like my freshman year, but at that point, it was just like fat. It was literally dirty bulking. I was just eating as much as possible, and I was a chubby guy. I actually should have done this for, I don't know if I can find the picture. It should be my, I have to like, I have so many pictures nowadays. I'm sure many of y'all can relate that I have to put like create separate albums to kind of see, make sure like I'm getting what I'm actually looking for. I don't know if I'm gonna have this specific picture, but it's a a lot of baby fat for sure. But kind of upset I can't. I actually wasn't planning on showing this picture, but anyways, not super important. But I was pretty big, and I was like 185 at the time, which is like crazy to think that now I'm like my current weight, I'm like 15 pounds heavier than that, and this was back when I was 19. So this was 20 right before I entered the MTC. So this was 2016. So beginning of 2016. And I was 185 and I just looked like a balloon, just like I literally looked like that, like me puffing up my cheeks. And I naturally have big cheeks, but I had some baby fat on me for sure, just because I was 19. And yeah, I was pretty chubby to say the least. Granted, I was relatively strong. Obviously, not as strong as I am now. Like it's kind of no comparison. But nevertheless, I was like 185 then. It's kind of my first attempt to bulking up, and then right after COVID, I'll just show you a picture of like what I was like after COVID. I mean, this will probably share justice. So this was me like before COVID. Like that's what I looked like. And or like after, like during COVID. Or actually that was after I came back from my mission. But during COVID it was the kind of the same look, like literally no muscle on me. I was just kind of like, I call myself skinny Mike. Now I'm kind of buff Mike, or I'm buff Asian now. But I was super skinny, just like not really much muscle. I was probably like 155 around there. So imagine like 30 pounds less than 185 when I came in first into my mission. I came back 155. And I'd say COVID, maybe a little bit more than that, like 160 or so. But still, I was lightweight for sure. And I was like, all right, let me try this whole bulking thing. And I kind of tried it in the past, but I'm going to take it seriously. Because before I was just kind of just like, nothing was really regimented. And granted, with a dirty bulk in general, it's not super regimented. But the key is kind of like consistency and doing it over a longer period of time, which I had not done before that. I only did it for like a month or so. But this time, I decided to take it seriously. All right, I'm going to bulk. I'm going to dirty bulk and kind of just like eat as much as I can. I ramped it up, of course, but I ate lots of junk food. So talk about like eating out. There would be some times where I try to hit my calories for the day. I would consume whole pizzas, which honestly, for if any of you know me and like kind of my stories that I post, it's not out of the ordinary for sure. But I got kind of used to just eating whole pizzas for like, oh, I need like 1,500 calories left for today. And not only is pizza like really heavy in calories, it's really calorie dense food, but there's like 100 grams of protein in the pizza based off of the meat and the cheese and the bread and all that. So I would consume whole like medium to large pizzas at once, and that would just be like one meal. And like I had probably had 2-3 meals before that during the day, but this was at night. And I was just like, I don't feel like cooking. I'm going to consume a whole pizza, and I would do that on a fairly regular basis. Obviously, I wouldn't do it every single night, but there would be some weeks where I do it 2-3 times a week. Not healthy, not good for you whatsoever. But that's a couple of my experiences. I'm trying to think my other experiences. Yeah, I mean, when I did it during my freshman year with my friend, I was just like obviously super skinny and stuff, and I kind of just got fat at that point. But I was a freshman, and being a freshman, pretty much any college or university you go to, you have cafeterias, right? So the cool thing about this cafeteria is like all you can eat. So you literally just swipe your card. I was on a meal plan, and I would swipe my card and I can literally eat anything I wanted as much as I wanted. So there's pizza, there's burgers and fries, there's pasta, there was cereals, chocolate milk. That was the bomb. I'm still addicted. I love chocolate milk nowadays, but that's probably like one of the most processed things, if not the most processed thing I currently have in my diet right now, is chocolate milk. But I was eating all this stuff, and we were literally eating there 3, 4 times a day. I would even swipe in my friend just because at that point, you just have so much money on your student card. They definitely rip you off for sure. You pay way more than you actually need. So I'd be swiping friends in. We were just like eating a ton of food. We were trying to do 2-a-days in the gym. Only lasted for 2 weeks. My friend quit on me, and then I quit on myself. But it was just crazy, just eating all the time. We were eating crap. Like literally, we'd go to his apartment, and he survived off of cheese quesadillas with like Frank's Red Hot. That's why I actually really like Frank's Red Hot now, because we would eat so many of those dang things. But we'd have like 4 or 5 of those. There's like stupid quesadillas and just cheese and Frank's Red Hot, and at that point we were like eating pizzas too, and we'd go to this place called Rancheritos, which if any of y'all from Utah, Rancheritos, the best like 24-hour like Mexican place for sure. I'd say like close to like in the country. Unfortunately, they don't have them here in Texas. Honestly, in Texas, they need to have like fast, like 24 hours. They have Whataburger, which is awesome, but they need like a Mexican version of Whataburger for throughout Texas. I think that's a necessity. That's not Taco Bell. It's like more like burritos and stuff. You can get like a huge burrito for $10. Inflation's kind of killed that nowadays. It's way more expensive, but back in that day, it was like $8 for a huge burrito, like this big. But we'd go there like a couple times a week, and we were just eating just gross, and we were just trying to get as big as we can. And honestly, we got to the point where we were just kind of like fat at that point. But but this time around, I was a little bit more consistent. I literally took like I bulked. I ended in September of 2022, I believe, and I started. When did I start? No, that's what. Sorry, that was cutting. So I started. I believe no, I started. That's right. I started September of 2022. So kind of like the same time as I did this bulk, but instead of a cleaner bulk, I did a dirty bulk. But I started, yeah. So around like 3, 4 months or so, I was just bulking, and I would kind of incrementally bump up my calories every single week. So I didn't go crazy like that. But that's kind of my experience with dirty bulking, and it honestly did really work wonders for me. I went up to 200 pounds. I'll show you a picture of kind of what I looked like. I thought honestly, I was kind of fat. Like let's be honest. At that point, I was just kind of eating everything. At that point, especially with the holidays, you just kind of eat everything that's in front of you. I did definitely try to maximize protein and prioritize that, but let me share my screen real quick. This was me in that bulking session. I was like 200 pounds in 4 months just bulking, and then that's that. But I was a big boy at that point. Versus that's the dirty bulk. And it wasn't the dirtiest of bulks, but also wasn't the cleanest of bulks. This last bulk around, I definitely was a lot cleaner. But compared that 200 pounds to, let's see, what is this? My 200 pounds here. Yeah, I'm 204 right here, and you can you still see my abs. Granted, this is like definitely way better lighting than the other picture, but definitely more muscle mass. Like it almost looks like I'm leaner, but I'm actually not. Well, I might be leaner in a muscle to fat ratio for sure, but I'm definitely not as fat. I don't have as much fat as I did in the previous picture. So that's 204. Let's even right here, I think I'm 200. Like you can clearly see the abs are 195, 196. So not quite. I believe this one should be pretty close. 196, like you can like see my abs a decent amount. Like I said, superior lighting here, you can like actually really see my abs. So take the lighting away, you can still probably see my abs versus this other one. You can't even see the outlines of my abs, which back in the day, one of my friends, he was trying to debate me. It's like, oh no, you can still see your abs. I'm like, dude, like no abs are like visible right here. So that's dirty bulk versus clean bulk. Obviously, there are some factors in between that I didn't really take into account, but I'm sure that matter. For example, like just the second time bulking, I've added more muscle mass, so my muscle in general is just going to be a higher percentage of my total body weight. So that you have to take that into account for seeing like my abs and stuff like that, and not being necessarily as fat, just because I have more muscle, which honestly it does weigh more than fat. So I actually probably have less fat in the second bulk around than the first bulk around. So that's why I looked more muscular at the same weight the second time around than the first time around. All right. So that's kind of my experience. I don't have any like, I guess I told you some crazy stories of just like what I would do on my dirty bulks. I pulled up I've back then I was really good at keeping a log of like what I ate on my Fitness Pal. Like recently, kind of beginning of my bulk, going to like probably mid December, I was actually really good at tracking stuff pretty much every day. And then now I'm kind of trying to just intuitively eat, which I talked about before. I haven't had a sole live dedicated to it, and I actually might do that in intuitive eating. But intuitive eating kind of just simplify things for you. It's like you get to the point where you've tracked your macros and your calories like so much that you kind of know what like how much protein, how much fat, how much carbs your food that you're intaking generally has. So instead of tracking the stuff to hit your goals, especially your protein goals, you have a intuitive sense of, hey, I need to eat X amount of grams of turkey breast or ground turkey or chicken or beef, and I know generally what that amount is because I've measured it 500 times. And if I add in a protein shake here and like Greek yogurt or whatever here, or keep your meals relatively similar, then you don't have to track everything, which is really nice. But you have to put in the work and actually track it meticulously for a while before you kind of get that intuitive sense of you kind of know what you need to eat in order to hit your macronutrient goals for that day. So I might dedicate a whole live to just that because I think it's very interesting. Mind Pump is a really big proponent of that, and I am too. But the hard thing is you have to track macros first for a while. All right, I was going to show you kind of like a day in the life, a log of what I ate. This was the December 31st. So this is actually the last day of my bulk, a dirty bulk. Not this last time around, but so this is December 31st, I believe, 2022. So if you can see that, I might have to zoom this out a little bit to focus. Yeah, there we go. So breakfast, as always, Greek yogurt, banana. Love that stuff. I still eat that stuff today. I got my ground beef. Of course, I was still trying to hit my protein goal relatively. Got some cheese. Literally, I don't think there was any carbs in that meal. And then you get to my snacks, which I had a lot of snacks. If you don't know what arare is, it's basically like a Japanese rice cracker. Love those things. They're way addicting. Had some Reese's Christmas trees, and as you can see, I had freaking 9 Krispy Kreme donuts. And I think that was it for the day. And then if you check my macros, did poorly on the protein, only like 143 grams, but look at those carbs. It's like 567 carbs. And then fat actually wasn't too bad, 167, but I was around 60 grams off my protein that I should have hit because 1 gram protein per pound of body weight is generally the rule. But I was like 300 grams over my carb limit. But that was like kind of like an average day, I would say, during dirty bulk, just eating a crap ton of junk. And obviously in college, I was way worse. This time around, it's still dirty bulk and, kind of my definition of it, but definitely a lot less. Balanced the protein and stuff, wasn't just eating crap. So that's kind of my experience, day in the life. But my recommendation, I have a couple different recommendations depending on the circumstance and kind of the situation that each person is in, because obviously each person's different. There's not a one size fits all blanket solution that works for everyone. If there was, whoever came out with that solution would be rich and like insanely rich, and all these fitness influencers wouldn't exist just because there'd be one solution, and well, there kind of is one solution at the end of the day, kind of like calories in, calories out, but with also the factor of quality of food. Anyway, my recommendation is, generally speaking, so this is my general recommendation, do a clean-ish bulk. Now, what I define a clean-ish bulk is, clean bulk is like your traditional, like, I'm eating chicken breasts, I'm eating ground turkey, occasionally throwing in some beef or some steak in there, and gradually up, kind of moving my caloric intake, making it a little bit more of a surplus over time. Now, it's very hard to eat a lot of that clean food just because that itself is not very calorically dense, calorie dense food like chicken. Like at the end of the day, chicken is chicken. It's not the highest palatable food, and if you have to eat 6 chicken breasts every single day, you're gonna hate your life. The chicken and rice bros, like they hate their lives. It's not sustainable. At least in what I think. I don't think it's sustainable. So that's why I say cleanish, and this is only when you're on a bulk, only a bulk. So try to stay relatively clean. So try to stick to those clean foods, stay away from the processed foods, but throw in the cheat meal and desserts when you feel like it. This could be once a day, this could be once every other day. There's no limit to it. That way, you're kind of getting in your protein, your necessary goals with that. You're kind of limiting your fat, and you're not just eating crap, you're not just eating junk food, but it allows you, and you don't feel guilty to have a few donuts, to go eat In-N-Out, go have a Whataburger or Patty Melt. Sorry, don't get the Whataburger from Whataburger. Actually get the Patty Melt because it's way better. But it allows you to kind of eat a little bit dirty, but mainly sticking to kind of the cleaner side. That's why I say cleanish instead of pure dirty bulk. Is just like, I'm going to eat 10 Pop-Tarts today. I'm going to eat 20 donuts. And then I'm going to throw in like 4 mass gainer shakes. Like, that's not a cleanish diet. That's a dirty bulk. Do a cleanish bulk. All right. That's my general recommendation for everyone. Obviously, for the people who are very easy gainers, obviously, like I said, lean to a cleanish bulk. If you like very easily gain weight, but you're still kind of wanting to do, maybe have just finished, sorry, I bit my tongue. Just finish a cycle of clean bulking, or sorry, cutting, then do a cleaner bulk. That's why I like the cleanish bulk, do the cleaner bulk, maybe dirtier bulk as well. Or not as clean. I like that. I like that better than just like the dirty bulk. It's funny. I actually was experimenting with like titles for this live, and I was trying to use ChatGPT, and ChatGPT didn't like the term dirty bulk. Is like, this is inappropriate, and I'm not allowed to give you titles for this. I'm like, what the heck? Like, the fact that it has the word dirty in it makes it bad or something. So I tried it with clean bulk and worked fine. But politically correct stuff, whatever. If you are a very hard gainer, so it's very hard for you to gain weight, for like myself, and you're an ectomorph, and like no matter what you do, you can't gain, or it's really difficult to gain weight. One, you probably have a protein problem. You're probably not eating enough protein. That's necessarily not the case. You still find it very hard to gain mass, gain muscle, and gain weight in general. Then I would recommend a less clean bulk. So instead of a cleanish bulk, do a less cleanish bulk, a little bit dirtier bulk. Now, don't go to the extreme. There obviously are extremes. Food quality. Ultimately, if you do just like a straight dirty bulk for like a year, your blood pressure is going to go up. Your bad things can happen to you health wise. Let's just say that. Like, think about Super Size Me. That guy like had terrible like health results after he finished that challenge. This is while doctors were monitoring him. But if you're like very hard hard gainers, then try a little bit of a dirty bulk. Like I said, don't do it for like a year or anything. Don't just try it for a month, try it for a couple months, see how it goes and see if you can get results. Because at least what happened with me, obviously my metabolism was like insanely fast, but as I grow older, naturally your metabolism tends to slow down. But I still have a really fast metabolism. But that will kind of trigger your body to tend to gain weight a little bit easier. Like I said, I still have a really fast metabolism. Friends make fun of me all the time. I literally go out on vacation. Like this past weekend, I went on vacation, and then we kind of ate crap. But because I don't eat as frequently on vacation, just because I'm eating bigger meals and there may not be healthy meals, I actually lose weight when I get back. So behold, and you know what? I lost weight when I got back. Just how it is. But try a dirty bulk, especially if you never bulked before and you're just like, no matter what I do, I just can't gain weight. Hit the gym hard. Follow the workout lives and splits that I've recommended to you. And try a little bit of a dirty bulk. Now, obviously, focus on your protein. Try to get clean protein sources. But throw in the mass gainer shakes. Throw in I wouldn't necessarily recommend donuts, but it's like, if you're just craving donuts or whatever, throw in some donuts. Throw in some chocolate milk. Throw in a couple pizzas here and there. Like, try to break your body like from preventing you to build muscle and to gain weight. Try to break that barrier a little bit. You can use a tool such as the dirtier bulk, less cleanish bulk, and that could definitely help you. And like it helped me kind of get over the hump. And then once you kind of know your body and how it responds to certain things, then you'll kind of know how to navigate in the future. So, like I said, overall, I'm going to recap kind of my recommendations. For the average person, average Joe bulking, cleanish bulk. Basically, stay as clean as you can, but don't be afraid to throw in cheat meals and desserts when you feel like it. For people that gain weight super fast, stick to a cleaner bulk. Less of that. Maybe instead of cheat meals like 1 or 2 times a week, try cheat meals like every other week or so. Or desserts like every week or so. All right, and then for people that are hard gainers, can't gain weight to save their life, like I used to be, try less clean-ish bulk, aka dirty bulk. Try it for a month, 2 months, well, definitely more than a month, a couple months, and see how that goes for you. You'll definitely gain size. Obviously, you'll gain some fat with that. That's just the nature of bulking in general. Tend to gain a little bit more fat with, obviously, a dirtier bulk. But you'll gain mass, and you can cut down on the fat when you go on your cutting cycle. So that's about it for tonight. Got to catch that BYU game, 8 o'clock. They're playing Houston. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. I don't have much faith in BYU, to be honest. But they're actually doing pretty well this year. All right. I'll leave it at that. As with everything, trying to help you guys get stronger, smarter, healthier, wealthier. So go ahead, fall for more lives, fall for more tips. Always stay pumped. All right. Catch y'all later. You know what time it is. Time for that outro.